Okay, so this is the single art for the song Toast off of the album If It Bleeds, It Can Be Killed. And you see Conway there smoking. You know, the smoke is supposed to represent the breath of Satan, believe it or not. But the couch that he's sitting on, you see there on the right hand side, the arm of the couch is supposed to represent the number six. And there's a reason why they picked that couch. It's just not any couch they wanted him to sit on. Because in these images, they want to give off a certain, a certain surreptitious level of spiritual energy. You feel me? When it comes to whether you see like the logo for Certified Lover Boy with the whole, bow with the roses or what have you, or the ribbon, you know what I mean? It's supposed to represent a certain level of energy that they want to give off when it comes to these images, especially images that you see on TMZ and whatnot. But this image here with him sitting on that couch and you see the number six there, it's a reason why they wanted to show the arm of the couch to let you know that they worship the GOAT. And him signing himself over led him to achieve and, get what he got in regards to his jewelry, his money, fame, so on and so forth. But that's just on the surface level. We already know what time it is for these artists. You know what I mean? So you see here the image for If It Bleeds, It Can Be Killed. It's supposed to represent dead Conway. You know what I mean? Because these artists, they're dead. Just like in my last video where I was alluding to Buried Alive, the Drake song from Take Care. When you sell yourself over, you become theirs. And you're dead, you're soulless, you have no soul, you're finished. That's what he's supposed to give off. That's basically what he's representing in regards to this image right here. You feel what I'm saying? Especially with the smoke, the white smoke, red, white, and black. So this is my review for Conway the Machine's most recent release, If It Bleeds, It Can Be Killed, featuring Big Ghost. The whole album was produced by Big Ghost, as well as his last project that he released, No One Mourns the Wicked. That was fully produced by Big Ghost. I believe he released that before he released, what was it? God Don't Make Mistakes or something like that. No, it was From King to a God, excuse me. Yeah, From King to a God. But going into this album here, this album is comprised of 10 tracks. It's a good, relatively good album, listenable. It's unskippable. You can actually listen to all the tracks from front to back. Personally for me, I would say. But this album is pretty good. The first track opening with Commencement, and this features Lukey Cage, aka the Skit God, and he just goes into certain levels of what they partake in regards to gang activity, drugs, so on and so forth. Being a drug dealer, being a shooter, getting into that type of lifestyle. And he's basically, making it an analogy to schooling and how, the fuck up in school is looked at and revered in congruence with how it's looked at with, gang activity and hustling and drug dealing in the streets and all that. You feel what I'm saying? The biggest fuck up, the D student or the C student. So let's go into the next track. Well, let's get a snippet of this real quick.
The good, the bad, the terrible. This right here is a parable, you see. In a class full of F students, the C student will always shine. If everybody else is failing, that kid that got the D average over there, you know what I'm saying? He always gonna be the valedictorian. Don't mean he or she is good, or smart, or intelligent. It means that that's just the king of the dummies over there. You see?
Right, so let's get to the next track. This is Jay Batters. This is one of my favorite tracks off the album. I love the flow, the delivery. Conway sometimes, he gets into these schemes and he gets into this bag where he's kind of like effortless with his flow. You know what I mean? Sometimes, you look at Griselda and you never know which one you may like, deem as the best, or you may look at as the best because they got different styles. But, one day you may say Conway, the next day you may say Gun, another day you may say Benny, just depending on, your understanding of how you look at them. But Jay Batters, dope track, the beat, very boom bappy. I like the flow, the cadence, and just, he's riding, he's flowing, he's going 40.
like Shaq at the line when he was past his prime. Few bank accounts, but I was more of a money under the mattress guy. Buck shot his leg and burnt half his thigh. Don't act surprised when you walk in a Louis store and they say I'm sorry, we don't have that design. Virgil made a one-on-one jacket and told me that is mine. No rapper alive has a catalog to match with mine. No rapper is fly except the guy with the patch on nine. You get out of line, we gon' slide, then it's ratchet time.
Alright, so the next track, Way We Move, featuring Shots. I like the chorus on here. You know what I mean? The flow. You know, it's real vibey, like I said. Most of these tracks is real vibey, real catchy. Something that you could just bump to, especially in a whip. You know what I mean? When you're cruising or you just listening to in your spare time. You know what I mean? Way We Move. I love the track. Very, very dope.
Giving them players. I went from that to rocking Coachella, killing the stage.
You gotta keep it true. More paper than my teacher never went to school. Young niggas run the streets, you know we act a fool. Fuck wild blocks on us, that's the way we move. In the streets, you gotta keep it true. More paper than my teacher never went to school. Young niggas run the streets.
Alright, the next track, Kill All Rats. One of my favorite tracks off the album. Probably my favorite. You know what I mean? Featuring Rome Streets and Ransom. Ransom does his thing. Effortless flow. He really kills it from start to finish. He says something about how gangsters worship him like a Sicilian Jesus or some shit like that. Crazy shit. Rome Streets killed it. He said, what did he say? He said something about how I got a dart on the head, or I got money on the head for any Danny Hernandez, where he's basically talking about 6ix9ine, and 6ix9ine, he got this whole stigma around him of being a rat or whatever. But I don't really get into none of that shit because it's kind of like glorifying gang activity when you deem somebody a rat. Sometimes it's like, at the end of the day, man, you know what, I'm not even gonna get into that because people gonna have their different opinions, and it's not, that's not what this is revolved around. That's for another day, actually. I can actually go more into that with another video. But Kill All Rats featuring Rome Streets and Ransom. Dope track. Conway the Machine kills it, with his delivery. Especially, the way he came in where he say, I'm like Thanos with the gauntlet. They know they don't want this. Like, Conway be saying some shit.
Stamps transform the Franklins and filet mignon. Truffle butter swigging ace of spade like it's avion. Dick riding rappers, I slide off with your baby mom. Having testing out Molly batches in the lacy thong. We rob Paul, Pop Peter, sold Ace to John. Mother Mary and Joseph into my paper long. Motherfucker.
I'm Thanos with the gauntlet, they know they don't want this. You niggas play though, they gon' spray your mom shit, they so heartless. They no compassion, nigga, ain't no conscience.
Alright, so the next track is Toast. Probably my least favorite track on the album. Not to say that it's whack or anything, but I would give this, probably like number 9 out of 10 when it comes to the top 10 tracks. But Toast is, it's relatively decent, vibey. You could just chill out into it. It's just a vibey track. It's not too up tempo. Conway does his thing when it comes to the rapping. You know what I mean? So let's just get a little snippet of it.
Fuck, nigga, we aiming bang toast. Love. 500 for the Keith and James. If it's beef, nigga, we gon' leave your street in flames. Please refrain, think about it before you speak my name. Cause you gon' get a wig shot and lose a piece of brain. Drum work, nigga, we the gang. Nigga that robbed me got smoke, we let him keep the chains.
And this, it kind of reminds me of something that Rick Ross would get on. Ross would get on this in his heyday. It's still even now. This is Lawson's to Blessings. This is my favorite song off the album. I listen to this song every day. And the reason why I love this song so much is because of Conway's approach to it and how he executed it so well. As well as, Big Ghost and how he approached it when it comes to the production and how, the beat switches up And it's crazy. It's so unexpected. When you listen to certain music, especially, for the first time, it's like no other when it comes to that experience, man. Sometimes you just wish that you could go back to the first time you heard something just because of how blown away you were when you heard it. And I get that, I get that feeling on a more heightened level than I would by hearing something like this. Not to say that this is trash or anything like that, but this song in particular, it was something that really like it made me like say like, damn, like this is dope. Like this is on some other shit. But when it comes to being blown away for the first time, I rarely get that feeling these days when it comes to music. Even with songs like, from these guys, Griselda, because I listen to Griselda, I would say I listen to Griselda the most out of other artists, just because, I love that boom bap. I love that soul. They really stick to the roots of hip hop. But at the same time, their content is derivative, it's samey. You know what I mean? There's a lot of cons to their content. No pun intended. But yeah, Lawson's to Blessings, a very, very great song. I love the beat switch. Let's just get into it a little bit.
It's like I don't know where I'm going. Shit. I don't know where I'm going. Lately I've been feeling so lost. I took a loss, how I navigate through it all. When I don't know where I'm going. I'm just been feeling so confused. I don't know how to move, but I know where I've been. I know where I've been. I don't know where I'm chain smoking. I'm getting high as a bitch, nigga. Smoking. I almost died in this bitch, nigga. Almost died, nigga. When she ain't gonna die, I was sick, nigga. My heart. When she ain't gonna die, I was. Look, I ain't even really gotta explain it. That's why we so violent and dangerous and ride with the stainless. I got shot a few times, but I'm a survivor. I made it. So many of my niggas I grew up with that died and ain't make it. So when they tell me I ain't top 5, I get angered. I get no respect like Rodney Danger. My album's amazing. All the gangsters get salutations. They tell me that they proud, it's amazing. What up, nigga? Free all the real niggas, let them out of them cages. Every verse is a cruiser missile. It ain't nothing about me superficial. You violate, I send my goon to get you. Don't be stupid, I got issues, nigga. For shame. It's like I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I had to extend that out. That song is a masterpiece right there. My favorite song off the album. Losses to Blessings. I love the content, like what he's going into, in regards to taking losses and also what coming with that being blessings in certain instances. But, when it comes to Conway, he lost certain people in his life. DJ Shay, but we know what that was really about. That was a sacrifice, as well as his man's getting 7 years in prison. When he went to the funeral, he got arrested. The funeral of DJ Shay, Conway and his friend had got arrested, and Cutter, being Conway's friend, that's his name, Cutter, he had took 7 years for some shit. So I guess I'll go more into that as far as doing a video about that. If people are inquisitive, and they want to know more about certain things when it comes to situations that's revolved around these rappers. And also, you could just look it up yourself. I mean, basic research, you know what I mean?
Yeah, these niggas in trouble, man. Look, bust my gun, man. I sold base right on Bird Guard.
Now, highly praised, pretty good song. I could definitely picture, West Side Gun on this. Like I could hear West Side Gun on this type of song. They love those loops, those soulful loops. Very, very dope. Conway, he gets on his little lazy flow with it. And when I say lazy, I'm not saying that, their attempt is on that type of approach. I'm just saying as far as, them wanting to slow their voice up a little bit and, match the tone of the record. Sons of Kings featuring Knowledge the Pirate.
I asked them all heart and dripped in fear of God. Big gun like Punja, we the terror squad. Sometimes I feel like Nipsey Hussle in a marathon. These niggas out here running around in the rat race. I'm in the kitchen chefing fish, girl in that trap house.
Yeah, Knowledge the Pirate is dope. I love this song, you know. I love the soulful vibe to it. You know, you just, you know, you kind of just move to it. Not move like dancing, but just move in a way where, you know, it's vibey. You feel what I'm saying? Like you chill in your car, whatever. But just, you know, in general, it's just a dope track. I love the aspect of that soul, you know what I mean? With the samples and, you know, it just bring you in. And Knowledge the Pirate did a great job. So this is Red Beam. This is probably one of my favorite songs. It's probably like my third favorite song off the album. Lawson's to Blessings. You also have Kill All Rats and this one. So these are my three favorite songs off the album.
Yeah, nigga. We on go mode, nigga. 24/7, bitch. Since my mother's water broke, they highly regarded when I spoke. This shit like the lethal injection, but a larger dose. See they events, they don't never let the machine in it. I mean, who I gotta compete against? A bunch of little boys and auto-tune singing comedians. I'm Brian when he went back to Cleveland. Here come the king again. I just flew this pretty bitch that resembles Sweetie and booked a flight with Expedia. She said you being cheap again. Fucking that bitch raw, bustin' her and I'm gonna leave it in. Then have her in a Uber texting when she gon' see me again. Streets wanted to see me and Big Ghost do our thing again. They see the level up, they know the kind of bags I'm bringing in. Greek freak shit, 2020, I'm MVP again. Show the whole world nobody fucking with me again. Look, I'm from the bottom, most of our mamas was drug addicts. Then we grew up and started dabbling in drug traffic. That was the homie, now we gotta throw a slug at him. Got his paperwork back, found out that he was ratting.
Yeah, so that's Red Beams. Yo, Conway, man, that nigga, he be snapping, man. I'm just saying, he be snapping. So this is Forever Go. This is a pretty cool track. Conway getting a little personal, you know what I mean, in his introspective bag a little bit, going into how he was messing with, you know, his girlfriend's sister or something like that. You know, a pretty cool track. Pretty cool track.
This paranoia keep me in the house and not in touch. I hear somebody at my door, I pick my throttle up. Fuck is this? I got robbed, I got hit when niggas shot up my truck. I didn't die, but what if next time I'm out of luck?
And also going into that as well, not just the aspect of, you know, what he did with his girlfriend's sister, but, you know, other aspects that he probably would look at himself and say, damn, like, I'm not proud of, you know, these moments in my life. So, you know, just something that's based in introspection. Very, very great song. But just to tie it all together, I would rate this album a 7 out of 10. I feel like Conway really, really delivered when it comes to execution. Also when it comes to delivery in raps, as well as, you know, his schemes, his words, features, placements, certain pockets. It's just certain songs, you know, certain songs just wasn't it for me in regards to it blowing me away. Not saying that they were trash. It just wasn't it in regards to replay value. I will repeat about 7 songs out of all 10 of these songs, which is why I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. And, you know, that's good for an album like this, you know what I mean? Especially based in the content that it is, where, you know, it's kind of like the same, but Conway really knows how to deliver in a way where he keeps you engaged. So shout out to Conway, great album. Peace.